Alright, Chef Buck here, and today we're going to cook up a super simple spinach and tomato egg bake. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break up about 6 eggs in here. Although I got 7 eggs in here, so maybe I'll just use them all up. But go ahead and crack you a bunch of eggs, or as many eggs as in the recipe. You can go to myfoodchannel.com, print it out. To your eggs, you should add a little bit of milk. But I don't have any milk, so I'm going to put some yogurt. But you can put about a half a cup of milk or a half a cup of yogurt. Just some dairy. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some Italian seasoning. I got a whole heap and a handful there just because that's what came out. So we'll whisk up our eggs, our dairy, and our herbs. And I'll set it aside and we'll get to hopping on our skillet. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this up on a medium-high heat. I'm going to add a little bit of oil in there. Throw in 1 chopped onion. And I got some chopped up into little sizes. Then I got 1/2 of it. I went ahead and chopped up into some bigger sizes. What? That's right, because that way, you know, makes things unpredictable. And here I got a whole heap of a bunch of garlic as usual. Some crazy amount. And what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and throw my sun-dried tomatoes in here as well. So we'll just go ahead and stir this around here, and then we'll let these ingredients saute up here for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Will you sing for us in the meantime?
What? Little old 1.5 quart baking dish. Going to give it a light spray with some oil. This is some freshly shredded Romano cheese. Use whatever kind of cheese you like. But for this spinach and tomato egg bake, I like to use a Romano or a Parmesan. And so I'm not putting a lot of salt in this recipe because there's a lot of salt in the cheese. So just get all your cheese spread out in a little even layer along the bottom, and that's all you need. Alright, so these ingredients have been sauteing up here for about 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning here. Although there's a lot of flavor in here, I just got to add seasoning. You know, it's just a habit. But this right here is a lot of flavor in this skillet already with the garlic and the tomatoes. And then we're going to have those Italian seasonings in with the egg mixture. Now I'm going to add some spinach in here, and I'm going to add a lot of spinach. Now this skillet here isn't that big, so I'm going to add it a little bit at a time. But it's going to end up being quite a bit. I'll go ahead and let this spinach cook down a little bit before I add any more. Alrighty, so all that spinach I had in here just a few moments ago is cooked down to nothing. Spinach, you know, sometimes it seems like a lot, but you gotta add a lot. And now we'll give it a few minutes and let this bunch of spinach cook down. That was a 10-ounce bag of spinach, and I put almost the entire bag in here. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn my skillet off. I'm gonna go ahead and take my little baking dish and spread my skillet ingredients all along the bottom. Get everything out of your skillet, and then we'll just spread it out evenly over cheese. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my whisked up egg and dairy, just kind of gently throw this layer over across there. And you could add some more cheese on here if you wanted to before you put this egg layer on here. But that Romano or Parmesan cheese is so strong that just that bottom layer will be plenty, I think. Now I got my oven preheated, and I'm going to go ahead and slide this dish in here. Let it cook away. We'll come back in a little bit and check on it. See you then.
Ooh.
Take a peek at it. It looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top. And I'm going to slide it back in the oven and let it go for another 5 minutes. It's not taking long at all for that to bake. We'll be right back. So we'll pull it out. It's got a little bit more color on there. A little bit of melted cheese. This is fantastic. Hot, but it's even better, you know, as a leftover. You can eat it cold right out of the fridge. In fact, we're not even going to eat this now. Alrighty, it's the next day, and we're trying to figure out what we're going to have for dinner. And this is an option. But this is right out of the fridge. Hasn't even been cut yet. It's cold, and I don't know, I might warm it up and serve it with a salad. So we got a little test bite here. Look at that, that looks like a lasagna. Look how much tomato we got in here, that sun-dried tomato. There's a nice little crust on there. Once you start slicing and eating this, you just want to eat it cold right out of the pan. If you want to print the recipe, go to myfoodchannel.com. You can print all the recipes there. Like it, share it, become friends with it, take it outside, play ball with it. Wow, what a treat.